Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, and today I am joined by Sarah as we can now build up to the World Cup semi-final against USA, which is like, I'm so excited for it.
Mate, the tastiest fixture.
Yeah.
I think like two sides that are absolutely, I think England have grown, I think it's fair to say, in the tournament. The performance against Norway on Thursday night was the best they've played. I think it was pretty well the full package. And USA obviously overthrowing the host nation, which is always tough. The atmosphere last night was bouncing.
Yeah, so good.
Like, I really thought France were probably going to go on, like when Wendy Renard pulled one back. Like, I thought the crowd was so loud that it was going to almost push France on to get that equaliser. But you know, the USA doing the business again. Rapinoe doing what she does best, and lining us up for a very delicious semi-final.
Well, like, it was like earlier on in the week when maybe last week, and then like you worked it out and you could see it'd either be like, if everything went well, it's France, USA and us Norway for the quarterfinals, and it's like the winners of that play each other. And I was like, it sounds really like cocky, but I was like, well, we're definitely through, because like, no disrespect to Norway, but they were out of like everyone. You were happy you got them in the quarterfinals, really.
Absolutely.
But then France, USA, you're sort of like, well, France gonna do it? Like, you just don't know, because like you said, home nation, they've got all the backing behind them. Like their confidence would be so high. And like when they went 2-0 down, I was like, nah, USA have got this. Like, not surprised. Like, fine, USA it is. And then France pulled one back, and I was like, ooh. Like, you could see this, like, the turn in the game so much. Like, USA were under pressure.
Yeah.
Like, and you don't often see USA like up against, like, very defensive and like not really sure, like just kicking the ball out like away from the box. But the last 10 minutes was like quite interesting to watch.
Yeah, definitely. As you say, USA have that mentality, and you hear the players talking about it, don't you? That they feel like even if they were 4-0 down with 10 minutes to go, they're going to win the game. But I think, you know, we just spoke about the crowd, and I think that actually really made the difference, and that's probably what, more so than, you know, conceding the goal, like the reaction from the crowd rocked them. And you see all over the world what like impact and atmosphere can have in a stadium. And before the game, I wasn't sure. I kept changing my mind who I wanted us to play, because I was thinking USA are probably the better side. France are amazing as well, but I think USA are just, you know, they're currently the reigning world champions for a reason, and favourites in this tournament. But I thought France, obviously having the home nation thing, do you want to go into the semi-final with all them tens of thousands of people against you and cheering their team on? And you saw what that did to USA. So when that did happen, I did switch then and thought, no, do you know what? I want this to finish a win for America, and you know, see what we can do, because I certainly think we've got enough talent and ability in our team to beat them.
Definitely. I did a poll on Instagram, and it was like 50-50 for so long, whether it was France or USA, like, who do you want? And it was 50-50 for so long, and then USA went 2-0, and it was like USA like 15%, and then like France were like taking the lead, because like obviously they're getting beat, but like you said, our team's more than capable, whoever you got, of beating either of those sides. Like, you see, if you go back to She Believes early on in the year, we played USA, and like we handled ourselves perfectly well. Like, we were missing a few key players as well, like Millie Bright didn't go, Jill Scott didn't go. So like, I'm more than confident that the team can actually like pull it out the bag for the semi-finals.
Yeah, absolutely. And you said we were really unfortunate not to actually win that game in the end. And she said that the likes of having Millie Bright and Jill Scott missing as well, you can't understate that enough, how influential they've been. Millie was a bit frustrating, I think, the second half the other night, but it's generally solid. And Jill Scott, hero, like she speaks for herself, and she delighted for her, obviously getting on the score sheet the other night as well. But you're spot on. I think we've handled them very well. I went into the game, the She Believes game, thinking that it would be a really tough challenge, and remember watching it pleasantly surprised and thinking, if this is, you know, a game that we're going to encounter at some point in the Women's World Cup, which obviously now we are, then, you know, we should be okay. Yeah, and I seen a tweet, it was Rich Lafferty, I think he tweeted it, and it was like, you're going to have bronze in Paris versus Crystal Dunn and Megan Rapinoe on that side, and it's
it's like what more could you ask for, really?
Yeah.
They're like 4 of the best players like in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like it'll be interesting to see, because you know Lucy Bronze, she does like to go forward quite a bit.
Yeah.
And like obviously scored a world of a goal and like gets herself in those positions, and like is Megan Rapinoe is willing to track back every single time, which I'm sure she probably is, because like she's 100% dedicated to the game and like obviously everything that she does. But then like Paris up against Dunn as well, like both very quick.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm just so excited just to watch it. Like I just want it to be Tuesday.
Oh no, mate.
Like,
Well, that's it. Like you said, then for me that is the pick as well. Seeing how Bronze and Rapinoe go head to head, and you said 2 of the heavyweights of the games, particularly right now. And yeah, I'm with you. I just want it to be Tuesday, and I don't mean this to sound of any disrespect intentionally to whoever's going to end up in the other semi-final, but I do believe that coming up against USA in the semi-final, if we can beat them, then my heart tells me that we will go on to win it.
Yeah, you beat anyone then, don't you? You beat USA, best in the world, like favourites for every tournament that they go into, and you beat them in a semi-final, because they want that back-to-back.
Oh, they do. And you know what Americans are like it's win or
like
die, like win or nothing, innit? And it's, and that's something I was interested in like looking at as well, and what I think that England have got that can almost surpass that is that we've got that belief that we can win, and we've got that belief that we will win, but we've also got that just like pure like freedom and joy around the game, like seeing Beth Mead and Georgia Stanway the other night, like literally giggling and having a proper laugh with each other before taking a free kick, and the smiles and laughter that goes throughout the team during the match, like they're having fun as well as like smashing it, and I think that might be what kind of carries us.
Yeah, well, there was a question on like the podcast, Amy's kick-off question, and during the weekend it was like if you could be in any squad, like which one would you be? And I was like,
Last question. That.
And I was like, well, it's USA or England, because I was like, take the they're playing football outfit, like both brilliant teams. They're both just such a like tight-knit groups of people. Like what USA do well, like their YouTube channel, they have a lot of videos and they do a lot of things, and they're so interactive. And like England have been with like the Lionesses Daily stuff and all that's been amazing. But like they're just the 2 teams that are so similar in like both on the pitch and off the pitch. Like that's why it just makes it that much more exciting that they're facing each other, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely, because like you said, everybody's invested in, even here obviously supporting England, we're fans of the USA team and certain characters in that team, and I buzz off watching them, and it's like going to be weird coming up against them, and obviously we're going to be, every fibre in our body is going to be willing England to get that across, and I think that's a boss question as well. I think you'd have to go Lionesses in the end, because do you know who I just buzz off? KB. She's just a diamond, like, and Jill Scott obviously as well. They all just seem totally like brilliant characters.
When Jill Scott was on with Karen Carney the other day on that Daily, and like you look at Karen Carney and she's quite like deadpan, isn't she, with like her facial expressions? You think, like how is she gonna be? And she was so funny. She was so nice and so funny, and it's like it just shows that like every single one of them are just absolutely like having a ball and like just like literally loving life, like in France, like they're all just buzzing to be there. But like it's the same for every team. I think no team's gone in the World Cup and thought, oh well, we get out the group stages, blah blah blah. Like look at the thing in Cameroon, how invested they were in that game because they wanted to win so bad, and it's like that's what it means to everyone. Yeah. But so we'll do starting 11 then. Who do you think's going to start for England?
Do you know what? I think we're going to go Karen Bardsley starting at the back. I think she's been superb throughout the tournament. It's someone you can always rely on. She kept us a clean sheet, I think, the other night as well. There was a few saves that she made.
She made up for herself against Cameroon as well, didn't she?
Yeah, she did, and that's what you can always count on her. If she does make a mistake, she's gonna rectify it as soon as she possibly can, and usually does. So we're gonna go Karen Bardsley, although I think Carly Telford's fantastic, and I'm made up that she has got, that
she's finally got that one cap.
Exactly, and just that's the other thing, that the players that aren't starting are so as much a part of it, and that's what's totally brilliant. Left back for me, it's a really tough one now. I'm tempted to say Demi Stokes because
I really want Alex Greenwood though.
I know, and because she's a scout, and I love Alex Greenwood, and it's her delivery as well. But I just think Demi Stokes the other night was brilliant, and I think the way she linked up with Tony Duggan as well was great.
She's like, I think the thing with Demi Stokes is she's very like, Alex Greenwood throws herself into a tackle as well, but Demi Stokes is like, she's like, well, like she's like,
solid muscle, isn't she? Yeah.
So like, I feel like not
pure athleticism.
Not much gets past her. Like she said if she wasn't football, she'd be a boxer.
Yeah.
That just says everything, really, doesn't it?
Is right.
And then I think Horton and Bright is the centre back partnership you'd go for, really, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I would say so. I think Millie Bright had, like, particularly, there was a couple of instances against Norway in the second half where she carelessly gave away the ball, resulting in, like, good chances for Norway. But there's, you know, she'll be well aware and she'll no doubt be annoyed about those things, and if anything, maybe the fact she's made a couple of mistakes and we've got away with them will just mean that she's that much more switched on and of course you're going to be switched on in a semi-final, aren't you? So I would go out Steph Houghton, not Horton, Houghton.
Everyone says her name so differently, like it's Houghton,
Steph Houghton.
And then when she does an interview, they're like, always like Steph Horton. I was like, what's Horton?
Yeah, that's it. Horton here's a who. That's how I'll always remember. So we're gonna go Steph and Big Millie. And then who do we choose for right back? That's a tricky one.
Best player in the world.
Best player in the world. When Phil said that the other day, I thought, you know what?
He loves this so much.
She's boss though, isn't she? She is boss. So we know what our back four is. Going forward, you've got to have Jill Scott in there for me.
Do you know what? I'd take Kira Walsh out. You know, not out of any like. She's not a terrible player. There's just been the last two games you've just noticed that she's been a bit sloppy in possession.
Bang on, yeah.
Every other part of the game has been great, but you can't afford to be doing straight passes against USA because they will be on it like that. Yeah. So I think this might be a game for Jade Moore. Yeah,
definitely. That experience. I think that's an excellent point. And Kira Walsh, as you said rightly, she's had a strong tournament, but a few like stray passes in the last game, and the team that you cannot do that against is America. So maybe bring in a Jade Moore, bit calm, collected, more maturity.
I just feel like you just stay on like Alex Morgan. Just don't lose her.
And exactly. And you don't want to be coming up
or
against
Tobin Heath, like she just like literally man mark them or woman mark them.
I know it's terrible, isn't it, these days? I always like the one that gets me is man of the match. I'm like, oh. Woman of the match, player of the match, person of the match. But and then it's the exciting thing is that you've got the likes of, even if they don't start, because the tricky one for me as well is Tony Duggan, because I think she's done decent against, but she's not hit the ground and in this tournament like we expected or wanted her to. I know she started off with that injury, but she's not done enough for me, and it frustrates me because I love Tony Duggan, and part of me is like, do you start her and wait for her to have that big moment?
It's because she plays on the left. Like she is a striker, she plays up front for Barcelona, like she doesn't just play up front just because they've got no one else, like she plays up front. And like you're playing her on the left because obviously you're accommodating Ellen White or Jodie Taylor, and like fair enough, both brilliant, but like I feel like maybe Tony would make more of an impact if she came off the bench for Ellen White or Jodie Taylor, whoever starts. I think we know who's going to start, but if she came on off the bench later on in the game,
and as a like for like
swap for your striker, like maybe it makes a difference. But I mean, she always plays on the left for England, really, doesn't she?
She does. It's frustrating though, but like you said, that's a really interesting point, and that's something I'd definitely like to see them do, because it throws something different in there as well. It's something different for them to think about. But I love Tony Duggan. I love her attitude, and for me, obviously, is still one of the best in the world. But Georgia Stanway, for me, I've got a proper soft spot for Georgia. I think she's boss. I love the fact that her whole attitude as well, the way she plays with a smile on her face. She seems grateful to be there. Like a proper, she's a young girl as we know, but she seems to be so switched on and really humble and really hard working, but also just that freedom and that excitement, and that's what I like seeing with the young girls come in. And obviously Beth Mead as well, who's also very young but more senior in terms of her England career. But you know, they have got that that kind of flair about them, and not an arrogance, I wouldn't say, but like there's a freedom that comes when you're so young. And
I think for Stanway, it's just because she's come into the tournament with no expectations on her shoulders. Like obviously she's had a great season in the WSL and stuff like that, and like, you know what she can do, but she's never been on a stage like a World Cup tournament. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, she's playing with just so much like freedom and stuff like that. She's just probably like, oh, I'm just going to enjoy it rather than anything else. Which I think you've got to go into it with that mindset anyway.
Yeah, totally. And she'll always have a dig, and this is what we always say for her. We saw her again the other night as well, and she won't have been too pleased with her effort that she sort of hit wrong and it felt like she should have done. But what I was made up to see is that she is, whenever she gets an opportunity, something that can frustrate me a little bit if I'm going to be a bit picky with England is that sometimes it's almost like, it sounds like the most stupid thing to say, because I was going to say it always seems like they want to pass it into the net when you think, and then Lucy Bronze's goal just came into my head, bang. But do you know what I mean? Like sometimes in the tournament I felt like just hit it, and Georgia always does. So I'm
always like that with Frank Kirby.
Yes,
I'm like, you are in space, just have a go. Just have a shot.
And then it's the last second pass. And do you think that's a confidence thing with Fran as well? Maybe.
Yeah, I think so. I think she's definitely grown into the tournament. My midfield would be Scott, Moore, and her in that number 10 position. I think she's very irreplaceable in the team. But I think just having a little bit more confidence in herself, have a shot on goal, or if you want to play a diagonal pass across to Nikita Palace from the other side of the pitch, just do it. If you see something on, just do it. Don't be afraid to have a go.
Definitely. She's got the ability, we all know that. She's world class.
Yeah. So then, obviously Palace on the right, Ellen White up front.
Yeah, has to be.
Yeah, and then who's on the left?
I'm tempted to say,
I think he's going to start Duggan,
Yeah, but I'd quite like to see. I want Beth Mead as well to start, but I do think he's going to start Duggan. I think with it being, it'll be it could be her last World Cup potentially. How old's Tony now?
I think she's 27, 28.
Yeah. So no, she's probably got another one in her. Yeah. But
she's got the Olympics as well now, sorry.
Yeah, that's it. So start Beth. No, honestly, but whoever starts, like, I would be pleased to see. And the good thing is that when Beth Mead comes on, she does make that impact. So if Tony's maybe not quite making the impact in the game that we'd like to see, then you've got options to come on. Yeah. But part of me would like to see Beth Mead start, because she's not started for a few now as well. Yeah. So you
can see she's itching, like the camera goes to her on the bench and she's in a full kit, like she's ready.
Shitty's on.
Yeah. She's like that, like literally on the edge of her seat. As soon as Phil's like, you're on, she's bibs off.
That's it.
Ready. But I agree. Yeah, he probably will. We want Beth Mead, but whether it'll happen, we don't know.
Bloody hell!
Oh yeah.
Seriously, are you, mate? Do you want to be on the camera? What do you think?
Who's going to start on the left?
It's like that. Who's going to start on the left, lad? It's like that octopus for the World Cup last time, right? If the fly flies out that window, it's an England win.
It's going out the door.
Get out that window, lad.
The window's open. It's gone. England are winning.
It's
England are winning. And on that note, I think we'll end it there. So thank you for watching, thank you for listening. Remember to like the video, comment, subscribe, let us know your thoughts. Give us a score prediction if you've got one. And we'll hopefully see you on Tuesday night for a match reaction, and England will be heading to a World Cup final. Hopefully.
Come on! I'm so excited!
Yeah.
Mate, that was hilarious.
That was good.